Hey, everybody. Joe with Horrifically Charming. And guess what? Today I have a wonderful, beautiful co-host. This is my granddaughter, Athena. Say hi.
Hi.
She needs to talk up louder. Say hi. So the reason I have this special guest host today is because what did we watch today, Athena? Do you remember the name of it? The Monster Squad. The Monster Squad. Well, Athena, hey, look at me, not the team, or look at the camera and say, hi, everybody out there. What year did Monster Squad come out, Athena?
1987.
Very good. Can you tell me who wrote? Shane
Black and Fred
Decker.
Decker.
Very good. So it came out in 1987. It was written by Shane Black and Fred Decker. And it was directed by just Fred Decker, right? Okay. Remember to look up at the camera. Stop staring at your own beautiful face down there. So we're just going to kind of go over the basics here of Monster Squad. So Monster Squad is about a group of 12-year-olds who have a club called the Universal Monsters Club, right?
Yeah.
But when Dracula and all of his monsters invade their hometown, they become the Monster Squad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this movie is full of all kinds of fun, you guys. And Peanut really liked it. This was her I'm sorry. Her name is Athena, but her nickname is Peanut. But I told her I would call her Athena during this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You made a mistake. That's okay.
Oh, well, thanks. Okay. So, Athena, what was your favorite part of this movie?
When they kicked werewolf in the...
Oh, when the Wolfman got kicked in the nards?
Yeah.
Yeah, she thought that was pretty funny, you guys. What do you think was the scariest part of the movie? Lean into the microphone just a little bit.
I feel like every single part except for the one I liked was scary.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Were you scared for real or just a little scared?
I was just a little scared.
Okay, so
I wasn't like for real scared.
Okay.
I was just like scared.
Okay, so for some backstory, just so everyone knows, Athena is 7, and this was her very first horror movie that she watched. And we thought, I know there is a lot of cursing, a lot of bad words in Monster Squad, right? There were a lot of bad words, but there's no nudity. There is one scene, remember when he was watching the girl in the window? And she was like in her bathing suit or whatever. We'll call it a bathing suit. But that's as close as it comes. So anyone who knows me knows Athena was definitely raised around cursing anyways, because I have the mouth of a sailor, as does her mother and her G-paw. So I wasn't too worried about her hearing bad words, right? Right?
Yeah.
How about, there we go. You looking at me or looking at the camera? Nope, she just wants to stare at her beautiful self. So Monster Squad, do you feel like this was a good movie to start out for you, or do you think it was too scary?
I feel like it's in the middle.
You feel like it's in the middle?
Yeah.
Do you think someone who is your age or maybe even a little older, it's okay for them to watch?
As long as the parents are okay, like for a 7-year-old to watch it with all the cuss words in it, I would expect them not to actually watch it because of all the cuss words.
Okay, so if the parents don't want the children hearing bad words, then they shouldn't let them watch it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's very good advice, babe. I think that's great. What about the scariness? On a scale of 1 to 10, and 10 being so scared you didn't want to watch it anymore, how scary would you say Monster Squad is to you?
I'd say like a 7.
A 7. That's a good rating. So good enough where you're scared, but not so scared you're going to have nightmares, right?
Yeah.
Can you take there? Look at those beautiful chocolate eyes. You know, we used to tell Athena that because Gma has blue eyes and she has brown eyes, that the way that you get blue eyes is everybody starts out with brown eyes, but somebody will pop their eye out and eat the chocolate out of it, and that's how you get blue eyes. Yeah, she was definitely raised in a horror household. Okay, so we've got on a scare level 1 to 7 or 1 to 10, you're choosing a 7, right? Okay, well, let me ask you this. For laughability, like how funny it is, on a 1 to 10 again, what do you think?
5.
A 5? You know what? I actually think that's a pretty fair, assessment. It's not an overly funny movie, but it's definitely got some scenes in there that are going to make you chuckle, right? Okay. What are you doing there? I think we need to focus on the camera, ma'am. And on our audience. Is there anything you want to share about the movie?
Just the amount of cuss words. Just like.
Well, let me ask you this. Who was your favorite character in the movie? Out of all the monsters, do you remember all the monsters? Okay, let's see if we can remember all of them.
Dracula, werewolf, fish guy.
The fish guy, the creature from the Black Lagoon is what I think he was officially supposed to be. What about the mummy?
Mummy.
And we're missing one. Who was the good monster?
Frankenstein.
Well, Frankenstein's monster, because the monster isn't actually named Frankenstein. Frankenstein is the name of the doctor who creates the monster.
What?
Right? Mind blown. Blown. So, who was your favorite of those monsters?
I would say Frankenstein.
Frankenstein? I think they actually did a very good job in this movie of making Frankenstein kind of a lovable creature, don't you? Yeah? I think so. And who do you think was the scariest monster in the movie?
Werewolf, because he was like going for help.
Right? I think so too. And he was so mean. He was so mean. Although Dracula was pretty bad, don't you think?
Yeah, I'd say like both of them are like a scale to like 11.
On a scale of 1 to 10, you'd give them an 11 on scary?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's pretty scary. Yeah?
Yeah.
Remember to look up. I'm trying to train her how to look into the camera and not at her beautiful self down there. Because you're so mesmerizing. Yeah. Okay. Well, what else would you like people to know about this movie? Anything else? How do you think it was in how long it was? Do you think it should have been longer? Do you think it had a good so how long a movie is what we call, look at me, we call that a run time. So that tells you how long a movie is its run time, okay? Do you think this movie was long enough? Do you think it was too long? Do you think it should have been longer, or was it just right?
I think it was way too long.
You think it was way too long? So please remember, Athena is 7 and has the attention span of a gnat. So sitting still for, let's see, how long is the runtime on Monster Squad? Let's check it out. How long do you think it was? Did you feel like it was like 5 hours?
I think it was like 5 hours.
Yeah, it was the runtime on Monster Squad, just hello, ma'am, is 1 hour and 22 minutes. It's not even an hour and a half long. So 1 hour and 22 minutes to this 7-year-old felt like, I'm sorry, what did you just say? 5 hours? That's a long time. Do you regret watching the movie? Or did you think, this is kind of fun?
I think I'd say both of them.
Okay, tell me why.
Because I just wanted to go play.
Because she just wanted to go play. Well, there you have it. So let me ask you this. Would you watch this movie again sometime? Is this a movie that if one of your friends said, hey, I want to watch some scary movies, but I don't know which scary movies to start with. Is this a movie you would say, hey, I know a good movie that's beginner friendly, that's kid friendly?
I'd say no, because the cuss words.
Because of what? Whisper that into the microphone.
Cuss words.
Oh, because of the cuss words. So she's really got to hang up on the language in this movie, which I'm actually proud of you for having such an issue with that. because she comes from a household where we curse like sailors. So you wouldn't recommend this to your friends because of all the cursing. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, because I don't think they grew up in like a cursing place.
Okay. If it wasn't for the cursing on the scary level, would you say this is a good beginner scary movie? No? How come? Too scary?
The guns and the killing. Those are the two things that I don't like about it.
I'm really worried that I may not have a horror movie grandchild. She may not like horror movies as much as her Gma, you guys.
Horror games.
Horror game. Oh. Well, what the heck is Texas? All right. Well, I would say for myself on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give Monster Squad a solid 8.5. 8.5. I'd say it's a pretty good movie. It's entertaining. It made me laugh, but it has the right amount of scare, I think, for beginner, watchers. However, I will warn you again, this is very, very heavy on the profanity. That's what we call cuss words. Profanity. Say it with me. Profanity.
Profanity.
Okay. So it is very, very heavy on the profanity. There's no nudity. There is a scene where one of the boys is looking through binoculars and sees a girl in her bra and panties that lives next door. But that's the extent of that. There is talk of virginity and things like that. But do you know what that means? Okay. And she doesn't need to know what that means for a long time to come. So they're not going to know what that means. But what would you, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give Monster Squad? So between 1 to 10, in the middle is 5. So are you saying you'd give Monster Squad a 5?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. And again, I'm thinking it's going to be because of the profanity. Is that correct? Okay. But the scares were good, right? You said the scares were on a good scale, but you didn't like that there were a lot of guns in it and killing, right? Which, by the way, look at me, just so you know, all horror movies are going to have guns and killing. It's kind of what makes it a horror movie, right, guys? We'll get her used to it when she gets a little bit older.
I will not get used to this. I will get used to jump scares. That's all I would get.
I don't even know the term. Oh, because she plays horror video games. Fine, jump scares. Got her. Okay, guys. This is going to be a short episode, but my beautiful co-host, this is my favorite episode because I have my beautiful co-host here with me. And again, we reviewed Monster Squad from what year, Peanut?
1987.
Very good. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it an 8.5, and Athena gives it a
5.
Say it a little louder.
5.
So that's going to be it for us. As always, we want to say thank you for coming in and watching the Horrifically Charming podcast, right?
Yeah.
And as always, we ask that you like and follow us, not only here, but on any of our social media, right? Especially Instagram and TikTok. We're really worried about the TikTok ban going into place. So please follow us on our other social media platforms like Instagram. Definitely follow the podcast on Spotify. We're also on YouTube, Apple Podcasts. We want to keep this going, and hopefully I'll have many more episodes with my beautiful co-host here, right?
Or my other cousin. Could possibly be both of us in an episode, right?
That would be fun, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is how we always end the episode. We say, thank you guys for all coming in.
Thank you guys for all coming in.
We hope that every day
is
filled with horror
and sprinkled with charm.
Mwah! Bye, guys. Till next time.